Alright, hello guys. Today I'm going to be doing a review of Shiki. And this is a very, I think it's quite an old anime, but I found out about it from an A&D. Yeah, so let's start with the story, as I always do. Basic plot of this is there's a small village and mysterious deaths start happening, and then the first half is the person trying to, like, the doctor. There's some doctor who is like the one who's very responsible for all the villagers, and deaths start happening, like push. He's trying to find out what it is, like, who is causing all this death and stuff. And I mean, it's about vampires, so I mean, you find that out within like the third series. So and it's a really interesting look at vampires, because usually in the stories, okay, they're all vampires are evil. They just want to suck your blood. They have no sympathy or even human sort of emotions sometimes. But this is really interesting because you kind of feel sympathetic for the vampires sometimes, because it basically states how, okay, the humans, how like we see them as all evil, and how they have to fight to survive. And it's interesting because if you think about it, we kill animals, and in a way we're just murdering. And although yes, they're murdering humans, they're doing it to survive. And it's very interesting because some don't want to do it. Hell, some are really freaking sad. And in the story they still remember the people and their relatives, and some bits are freaking heartbreaking. Okay, and there was one bit I sort of, I won't say teared up, but yeah, I teared up a little bit. Okay, it's not like Angel Beats, it's not going to get you, didn't get me that emotional or anything like that, but it still made you think, and there were bits where you felt sorry for them, and towards the end, you sort of see the humans becoming more bloodthirsty. They pretty much destroy everything, and it's just interesting how you're not completely on the human side. Towards the end I kind of really felt sorry for Shiki, and I saw the sort of craziness in the humans' minds. So I really enjoyed the story. It was slow sometimes, I'll admit, especially at the start, but again, character development, and it's 22 episodes, by the way. And I felt there wasn't maybe enough. There could have been a bit more, but of course they probably had to get it down to that amount of episodes. And there's some good sort of plot twists, and it was more like at this, you're thinking, okay, who's going to win, who's going to lose. And ultimately the ending is, I'm not going to say what it is, but let's say it's like not a downright, it's bittersweet ending. That's all I'm going to say, because I don't want to tell you too much, but it's just like one of those things you think, who was really right, It's really interesting. I found it quite good. Character design, lots of wacky hair in this one. Like, some very, quite a lot of characters have their own sort of special, they were sort of very identifiable faces. There's a good variation, considering there were a lot of villagers they had to sort of draw and design. A lot of big boobs. Which I didn't mind, because they didn't shove it in your bloody face and like fan service or anything. So I watched it in English dub, and I found the acting quite, like, the voices really good. Like, some bits they didn't feel cheesy. They fitted the characters very well. Animation style, like the whole design was quite weird. Some like graphics was weird, and how I did like how they had the Shiki, how eyes were very, you know, sort of more sort of glossy, so they looked a bit different and all that. And it is, you got to get used to it. It's a bit of a more stylistic one, but when the action happens, it's still good enough. It's not the best I've seen, but it's still good and quite funky and cool. Some really cool like sounds at some bits, which like songs, which I quite liked. None which would stick in your head though. More at the time, they were quite nice. They supplemented the anime good. Overall, I'd say this is worth a watch because it's not your typical anime about vampires. It generally makes you feel sorry for both sides, and I think that's why it's quite unique. So I would worth watching this and stick with it, because it might feel slow at the start, but it really does get better and better as you watch it, in my opinion. So yeah, that's my review. Hope you enjoy it. Bye bye, folks.